Hi Stampers, this is Ginger from stampingthecape.com. Thanks for stopping by. I made this sympathy card for a friend, and after I had already mailed it, thought I might do a video on the technique I used. I'm sure many of you are already familiar with the baby wipe technique, but for those of you who are just starting out, I hope you'll find this video useful. I thought I'd show you how I made the leaves for this card. I'm using the baby wipe technique, which is just using a simple wipe, damp wipe, the kind that you clean your hands even would work. And what we're going to do is apply the reinkers directly to it, and that becomes our stamp pad. So I'm going to start off with some crushed curry. I'm sort of creating a fall color effect, and thank goodness we've had some reprieve of our hot weather, and it feels like fall yesterday and today. So now I'm adding some pumpkin pie, and let's see, we'll put in a little wild wasabi. There's still a little bit of green going on with this leaf. And then I'll put in some of the Cajun Craze, which is our main color in the on the card. All right. So now I'm going to take my solid leaf image, which is this one, and I'm using the Colorful Seasons stamp set, and these are smaller than the actual images, but I'm going to use this solid image for this technique, and then we'll go over it with the detail portion of the leaf. So I'm going to just put it in just as if it were my stamp pad, and just kind of make sure I've got it fully covered. And then I'm going to bring in my cardstock, and I'm using an old piercing mat from one of the sets we used to have before we had the larger ones, and it works just fine for something like this. So there you have your leaf with all the different colors, and I'm going to do one more because this card has 2 leaves in it, or leaves, not leaves. Let's see how much ink I can pick up this time. There we go. All right, so now I'm going to go over it with the detailed stamp that has all the veining of the leaves, and I'm going to use chocolate chip for that. I think that looks really pretty. I can't wait to start using this for fall cards. Those color combinations. I'm a fall winter person anyway. I don't do well in the summer, so I can't wait when fall comes, especially around here in New England. That one's a little bit, that will be fine. Okay, so now we're going to use the outline die from the bundle with the Colorful Seasons bundle to cut those out. So I'm going to bring my Big Shot in. And I'm really, really sad. In using the stamp set, one of the stamps is this branch. And I had thought about when I was first making this card using the branch. I took it out and it has disappeared. I have searched high and low, looked on everything that I originally used, thinking maybe it got stuck to something or what have you, but it hasn't turned up. So hopefully it will at some point. And these are the dies that go with this stamp set bundle. We're going to be using the outline of the maple leaf, but you can see it has a detailed cutout one. There are some wonderful snowflakes. There's even a small leaf, and at least if I never turn, the stamp never turns up, I can still cut out a branch here and whatnot. But there's a little cup, some flowers, and these all coordinate, and a really neat scallop. These all coordinate with the stamp set, and everybody loves this Adirondack chair, so that's a neat feature. So anyway, let's get these cut out. I'm not using my magnetic plate at the moment. As I've said before, it's downstairs in my other craft area, and I'm too lazy to go back downstairs and get it. So we're going to hope for the best. There's a little camera shaking. I apologize. Nope, there go all the inks. So there's one, and we'll do the other one. Get this out of the way. And there's the other leaf. So see how pretty those are. I just love that. So I started putting the card together. What I started with, if you go over to my blog, stampingthecape.com, you'll find this card listed under sympathy cards. I just started out with a piece of 8.5 by 5.5 thick, very vanilla. I'm so happy that we have now the thick, very vanilla. And this paper is the Wood Textures paper stack. You get all these really neat designs, and they're on two sides, so you have either a similar design with a darker shade, or like in this case you have the rings of the tree versus all the individual logs. But these have been so much fun to play with. I just love this. This is how I wish my floors looked right now, but they're not quite there yet. So you've got all these different designs. But anyway, I took a piece of the paper. It's 1 3/4 by 5.5, and just attach that here. And this is our thin copper ribbon, and it is so neat because I just tied a simple square knot, and because of how it's made, it's almost like wire, but it's no, it's not really. It's fibers. You can pull it apart and you almost get a bow effect, even though you didn't make a bow. You could do the same thing with the whole ribbon, but I thought I would just stick with that. So I had previously stamped Sorry. This is from the Sorry for Everything stamp set, and I'm using the I'm so very sorry for your loss. I did this sympathy card already for a friend's father, and I hate to say it, but I seem to experience, as the saying goes, they come in threes, and so I thought I would be prepared just in case. I hope I won't have to use it, but anyway, so I stamped the Sorry in Cajun Craze, and one word of warning. Cajun Craze is one of those colors that, like the blacks or the grays in our stamping pads, they tend to have difficulty drying. I tried heat setting it and whatnot, and it's still coming off. You can see it's still coming off on my hands. So you might, if you want to attempt this, you might want to stamp this the night before and then go for it in the morning or something. But I had already applied some little dollops of the Tombow multi-purpose glue so that it's tacky and I can sit this on there. So this is how I'm gonna put this right there. Okay, and then the sentiments from the set, I'm so very is gonna go here, and for your loss. So, and I'm going to use our Stamp-A-Ma-Jig. I'm finding that I'm relying more and more on the Stamp-A-Ma-Jig for lining up sentiments. I can't, as I tell my stampers, I can't guarantee that they're going to be straight, So this is a great way to do that. I know there are other devices out there for lining up, but if you just have one quick shot of something, you know, it's a great way to just get it done. So I'm doing this also in Cajun Craze. And so what you do is you take the vinyl sheet, you square it up with the T, you stamp, or you ink up your stamp, get it right into that slot, go straight down, and then I'm going to take this and line it up on my card. Let's see where I want that. And even though my plastic isn't straight, that image is, so hopefully I'm going to get it right. So then you once again bring in the T-square, line it up again, pull it away, and straight down. Yeah, I didn't do a very good job on that. That's kind of a bummer. So let's try it, see if we can do better on the next one. So once again, I think when I sent this down, I wasn't straight when I sent it down. So let's see, make sure I'm straight. Oops, I'm upside down. That doesn't help. Let's switch over to here. It's nice and straight, but there we go. Okay, once again, I'm going to square that up. Oops, I'm not square at the bottom. That could be part of my problem. There we go. All right. So now we're going to put on our leaves, and once again, I'm going to use a little bit of the Tombow glue. And I'm just gonna, I just use little dollops of the glue. I don't go crazy with it. It's such a great adhesive that you don't need much of anything for it to stick. Just tiny pinhead drops will work. So on this one, I'm going to take this down and kind of tuck it under here. I just want to bring it around the words like that. Okay. And the other one I'll do the same at the top. Get some glue off of there. Slide this underneath, just like that. There. So that's how you do the baby wipe technique. You can get some lovely little details. You can do that with all different colors. It doesn't have to be fall colors. So I hope you enjoyed that, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.